Hey everybody, it's Marybeth Rosato, and I just want to talk to you about, I want to talk to you a little bit about the life cycle that happens with a goal. And so that you understand the stages, and we've all experienced this every time we set a goal, but if you're aware of them, it just makes it so much easier. You don't become as easily discouraged. And the first stage I like to say is you've actually set the goal. You've got a new vision, you've gotten around some good people, and you see something that is bigger than yourself that you haven't done before, and you're getting ready to basically step out of your box and do it. So that's kind of stage one, is that you start dreaming and you're picturing, a different place that you could be in life, that you see something bigger for yourself. And then the second stage, and unfortunately this is the stage that most people don't know about. It's not taught anywhere in school. But the second stage is the stage where, what do you do when you have something that's exciting, that you know about? You want to share it with the people closest with you. So you tell your husband, you tell your sister-in-law, you tell your mother-in-law, you tell your few best friends. And here's what happens typically. Most people never make it to stage two. And the reason they don't is, this is what I call the naysayer stage. All the people that you love and adore and who are in your inner circle are all singing the same song, it seems, and they're against what you're doing. They're not very encouraging. In fact, it feels like they're the enemy, and it feels like they're very discouraging, and it's kind of shocking for most people because they don't know about it. There's a saying, and I wish I'd give credit to the person who said it, but it's written somewhere. Most people go to their grave with their music still in them. You've all heard of that. I feel like that's what this stage is all about. Most people, about 97% of people, don't recognize it, that it's happening, and they don't make it through the stage. What they do is they mistake the 6 or 7 voices all saying the same thing must be smarter than their one voice. And nothing could be further from the truth. If I tell you that I'm going to climb Mount Everest, and you yourself have never even done any rock climbing, you can't relate to what I'm saying at all, because I can see it. I can see further down the road. You can't see it at all because we're not sharing the same goal. So the best thing you can do is turn inward at that moment and say, gosh, just the noise of the 6 or 7 people still doesn't drown out the one voice that's the most important, and that's the voice that's going to matter at the end of your life, and that's your own voice. So that's when you quietly go inward, and you have to gather your strength from within. The other thing that you can do is make sure that you're around people who share similar energy and similar goals that you do. Talk to people who've already walked in your shoes. Talk to people who've already walked in your shoes, because they're going to encourage you. That's why every organized group in the world, I don't care if it's real estate agents, salespeople, people who are trying to better their lives, they all have a group that meets. A lot of them meet every single week, because when you're by yourself, it's easy to drift away. So stage 2 is the naysayer stage, and that's the stage that most people never make it through. And I want you to make it through that stage. I want you to be aware of what's happening. Every time you set a worthy goal, you can count down the minutes until someone's going to swoop in and try to pull your dream away. And they're not doing it to be vindictive. They're not doing it on purpose. But maybe the dreams that they've had for themselves have died. And we do it to other people. We find ourselves doing it to our children. Oh, I don't want you to get hurt. They're trying to protect us. So they're not coming at you from a standpoint where they're trying to pull you down. It's just that they can't picture what you can already see down the road. And then stage 3 is beginner's luck. And there's no such thing as beginner's luck. Where does beginner's luck come from? I believe it comes from when you've made a decision. When you make a decision and you really have made that decision and you're not faking it, something on the inside of you changes. And there's a whole different energy about you. And so you just naturally, you're excited about what you're doing. You're through the naysayer stage. You get it that, it even says in the Bible, all good will be attacked. So you get it that you must have chosen a really good goal. And that's why you've got so many people against you, because anything that's ever happened in history that's worth having has always been challenged and violently opposed before it becomes the law of the land. Like the earth is flat. Think of what they had to go through way back in the day. And so in the beginner's luck stage, you start drawing things into your path and you start having early success. Why? Because you've actually decided and you shifted your energy and people know it. There's something different about you. You're walking different, you're talking different, you're standing different. You don't care what anybody thinks because you've already gone through stage 2. So beginner's luck, no such thing as beginner's luck. It means you've been decisive and you're super powerful once you actually decide upon your goal.